Team number 1. From Ashtabula, team number 2. And from Lorain, team number 3.
For the 21st consecutive year, Academic Challenge. Brought to you by Ohio Edison and by the Illuminating Company. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Don Webster.
Good luck, Diana. Good luck. Good to see you, Jeremy. Good luck. Thank you very much, and welcome to the new Academic Challenge, where the teams test their wits against each other and also try their luck with our electronic board. Now, of our 18 categories, those available in the first round tonight will be energy, trivia, Ohio, by definition, what's missing, art, and sports. So teams, listen closely as Paul explains the rules for the opening round.
In this round, each team will have 6 questions, and each correct answer earns 10 points. No penalties in this round.
Okay, Paul, thank you. Let's get underway now and meet our team from Rootstown, Tracy Sperry, Jeremy Butel, and John Hyman. Welcome aboard. Good luck to you tonight. Jeremy, you can see now all the categories flashing around you if you check the monitor. Anytime you want to push the stop button, we'll see how you're going to get started tonight. Anytime you're ready. Okay, what's missing? And what's missing, I thought was missing there for a minute, but there it is. All right. Set to go now. Japheth and Shem were 2 of the 3 sons of Noah. Also swabbing down the decks on the ark was what third son, whose name suggests a non-professional radio operator?
Ham.
Ham is right. Great Britain and India are 2 of 3 nations whose flags were flown atop Mount Everest by the Hillary expedition back in 1953. Not listed as what third country that borders Tibet and whose capital is Kathmandu?
Nepal.
That's right. Though Shakespeare claims 7 ages for man, the prehistoric ages of man are divided into 3 parts: stone, bronze, and what one named for a ferrous metal?
Copper.
No, Iron Age. A hammer and sickle are 2 of 3 objects pictured on the flag of the Soviet Union. The other object pictured there is what often wished upon celestial body as stars, right? Oregon and Nevada are 2 of the 3 states that border California. Name the third that also abuts Mexico near
Arizona.
Right? Hamilton and Butler, 3 last names of Scarlett O'Hara gained through marriage in the novel Gone with the Wind. Who was her second husband, whose last name is also that of our 35th president? Don't know? All right, we were looking for Kennedy, and that's the end of the round. 40 points for Rootstown after round number 1. All right, let's come back now to team number 2, and we have visitors here by the name of Eugene Norris, John Beno, and Joel Pankowski from St. John High School in Ashtabula. And you see now that we have the flashing categories around you, John. Anytime you want to push the stop button, we'll see which one is going to be yours first tonight. And we come up with the arts. All right, here is your art category. Hans Christian Andersen wrote about the tin soldier, but the soldier who titles an Oscar Strauss operetta is made of what candy produced by cacao beans?
Chocolate.
No, we were looking... Oh, chocolate is right. I'm sorry. I was going to say no. I was thinking of cocoa. One needs only 2 fingers to give Churchill's World War II victory sign, but what higher number to identify the Beethoven symphony that musicalized it?
9th.
No, 5, the 5th symphony. Although the musical Oklahoma praises the Sooner State, one song in the show tells us that everything's up to date in what city named for the Sunflower State?
Kansas City.
That's right. Stirrup are 2 of the 3 small bones of the ear. What is the third that also names a chorus you hear whenever Verdi's Il Trovatore hits your ear?
Anvil.
Anvil is right. At a meeting of great autobiographers, Benjamin Franklin might be greeted by what Italian goldsmith known for both his writing and his Renaissance metalwork? Garibaldi, Paganini, or Cellini?
Garibaldi.
Cellini. Many figures of Greek mythology, which might have been called the Hellenistic music man, since he charmed both Eurydice and Hades with his lyre?
Pan.
No, we're looking for Orpheus that time round, and there we have 30 points for St. John. Alrighty, let us meet now team number 3 from Lorain, John Renner, Diana Piles, and Chuck Green. Welcome aboard. Good to have you here tonight. No points yet. Good luck as we move along to round number 1. And there you see the categories buzzing around you, Diana. Anytime you want to stop it, you can do so. Okay, trivia to get us started. Here we go now. A song by Nick Lowe, Nutted by Reality, specifically refers to what Latin American political figure, the dictator of Cuba since 1959?
Castro.
All right. The movie Tightrope stars what tight-lipped veteran of intense taut thrillers?
Clint Eastwood.
Yep. Roget's Thesaurus was a pioneering work in English, but the earliest known thesaurus was compiled 1,000 years ago in what language of India? Mandarin, Sanskrit, or Magyar?
Mandarin.
No, Sanskrit. A candidate running for office might look in step if he wore what type of shoes, whose soles suggest the statement of a party's policies and principles?
Platform.
Platform is right. The phrase, a woman without mercy, well describes Circe, the sorceress who changed Odysseus' crew into what sort of animals? No? Swine. In English, no word begins with the consecutive letters GD, but these two consonants do begin the name of what Polish port city that was formerly called Danzig. It is home to Lech Wałęsa.
Gdansk.
That is right. And you end up with 40 points, Lorain, after round number 1. We'll be back with our very fast lightning round, but first of all, teams, remember that at the end of tonight's match, we'll check the ladder on our Super Bowl scoreboard. At the end of the season, those 3 teams with the top scores will join us for an Academic Challenge Super Bowl. So far, our highest point totals have been Gilmore, as you can see, Beechwood in second place, followed by Howland. And we'll be right back after a word from the energy makers.
Birthday present, $50.
Electricity does it. Shave every day.
I'm grateful.
For about a penny a month. Come here.
Great little gadget, $40. The electricity to do all this, 3 cents.
Nickel's worth of sawing, sanding, drilling. Worked all day.
Every morning, same 15 cents for eggs, a dime for the toast, and a penny to fix them. Electrically.
When you ask electricity to help, you still get a lot for a little.
Did it myself, 10 cents.
For the electricity, 10 cents. How much for the ingredients?
Oh, just a few dollars.
Well, Sheila.
Couldn't carve worth beans till I got this. Now for a penny, carved a turkey, a ham, bread, a banana.
Before we continue with more questions, let's have a look at the 3 schools competing tonight on Academic Challenge. First of all, students at Rootstown High School don't have far to go in picking a college. Nearby are Akron U, Kent State, and even the Northeast Ohio College of Medicine. Academic Challenge advisor is David Killius, who teaches physics and chemistry. Rootstown students are mighty proud of the championship girls basketball team. St. John High School in Ashtabula and its students may also attend the Ashtabula County Joint Vo-Ed School. Academic Challenge advisor is Amy Rose, a language teacher. The curriculum is strong on college prep, like this biology lab, and most St. John grads do go on to college. Boys and girls at Lorain High School take part in 12 sports, including volleyball, which made a Buckeye Conference championship last year. Academic Challenge advisor Jerry Craig, a counselor, tells us the school has had its computer program now for 10 years. It includes a half-year basic course and a 3-year. Now it's time for the lightning round, so Paul, the rules, if you will.
All 3 teams will compete directly in a visual free-for-all lasting 1 minute. The first team to ring its bell for each visual will be recognized. The right answer gets you 10 points, but we'll take away 10 for incorrect answers or failure to reply.
I think this one might be a little tough tonight. In today's category round, lions are the main event. Following items, which all have something to do with lions. Number 1, in the Bible, he survives in a lion's den. That's an easy start. Lorain?
Daniel.
Daniel is right. A character in The Wizard of Oz. All right, St. John.
Cowardly Lion.
Right. A hero who slew the lion in Greece. St. John.
Hercules.
All right, not so difficult, I guess. Paired with the lion on the British coat of arms is... Don't know that one? That's a unicorn. A university with a team of Nittany lions, St. John?
Penn State.
Right. In Fable, he pulled a thorn from the lion's paw. Lorain?
Mouth.
No, Androcles. A movie company with a roaring lion symbol, St. John?
MGM Grand.
Right. The lion is Simba in this African language. The word for lion is Simba. In the African language, that's Swahili. An animal that lies down with a lion in the book of Isaiah. Lorain?
Lamb.
Right. An Ethiopian ruler called the Lion of Judah. He ruled from 1891 to 1975. All right, that was Haile Selassie, and that's the end of the round. And we'll be right back after a message from the Illuminating Company in Ohio Edison.
Do you know how much it costs in electricity to operate your home? It may cost less than you think. For example, if everything that's going on in this room right now kept on going for an hour, the electricity would still cost less than 20 cents. How do you figure it all out for your home? Get the booklet with all the answers, The Electric Decision Maker. It's filled with useful facts and tips on getting the most out of your energy dollar. For your free copy, just write or call your electric company.
Thank you.
We're the energy makers. Our job never ends.
Let's recap what the lightning round did now for the scores of the teams, and then it's back to the electronic board. Paul?
In this round, each question is worth 20 points. But now you can also lose 20 points for incorrect answers or failure to reply. Any team answering all 6 questions correctly will gain 25 bonus points.
And a real close game underway right now. Out of the categories that you see on the board, those available in this round will be science, geography, men and women, potluck, says who, history, literature, hail to the chief, and math. One, Rootstown and Jeremy Butel. What did you have last time? I forgot what you picked the last time. You've forgotten too. It doesn't matter. We'll go on to the second round. See if you can pile up some points. Anytime you want to stop it, Jeremy, it's up to you. Okay, potluck this time. And we'll see what you got. When Yoko Ono gave her first concert performance as the musical partner of John Lennon, it was in what Canadian province that, like the name Ono, both begins and ends with the letter O?
Ontario.
That's right. Although he may be a dog's dentist or a sturgeon's surgeon, what general title is given to a doctor who administers to non-human animals?
Veterinarian.
All right. Defense Secretary must deal with problems from all sides as he sits in his office in what
Pentagon.
headquarters? The phrase apple of my eye originally referred to what small round aperture of the iris, an opening whose name suggests a student. Pupil. Right? If a chess player were rooked out of his kingly savings by a fly-by-night con man, what other minor chess piece might remind him of a quick means of borrowing cash?
Pawn.
Pawn.
Right. Although Paul Revere was a silversmith, Revere & Son got the contract to cover the dome of Boston State House with what baser metal having the atomic number 29? Last question. If you get it, you get a bonus. No? Okay, the answer, I'm sorry. Did you want to guess? Okay, Jeremy, the answer is copper, but you did very well anyway, and you have 120 points after that round. And we come back to St. John again now. John Beto. Have a look, John, and stop at any time you like. Okay, literature it is going to be now. Bye Bye Blackbird might have been the song of Lenore's lover trying to expel what feather-brained visitor who remains evermore in a poem by Poe.
The Raven.
The Raven is right. Russian actor Vladimir Koronev swung on a plastic vine in a Moscow studio, portrayed for Soviet audiences what jungle character created by Edgar Rice Burroughs?
Tarzan.
Right. Dublin and Cork are the 2 largest cities in England. In Ireland, I should say. The 3rd largest is what city which gave its name to a form of humorous poetry popularized by Edward Lear?
Limerick.
Right. Were the biblical character Jeremiah asked his occupation by the census taker, he might have given the name of what best-known work by poet Cahill Gibran? stumped you this time, huh? With the Prophet. Rudyard Kipling compared the Russia of his time to a certain four-legged animal. Huge, clumsy, awkward, wild. To what animal did he have a reference?
Bear.
A bear is right. Poet Robert Frost's last name is Chilling, but what 18th century Scottish poet, also named Robert, has a last name suggesting too much heat? No? We're looking for Robbie Burns. And that's the end of the round, and 110 points now for St. John. Okay, let's go back over to Lorain now, and going into this round, Diane, you have 50 points and a chance now to pick up some more, possibly a bonus. Which one would you like? Well, like it or not, it's Hail to the Chief. Questions about presidents of the United States. By polio, Franklin Roosevelt turned to swimming, and to what other sport, which he said he fell for hook, line, and sinker?
Fishing.
Right? According to his World War I slogan, Woodrow Wilson wanted to make the world safe for what kind of government?
Democracy.
Democracy is it. President Zachary Taylor was briefly the father-in-law of what fellow veteran of the Mexican War, who himself became president of the Confederate States?
Davis.
Jefferson Davis.
Right? Perhaps the most sought-after presidential autograph is that of William Henry Harrison, because he served as president for only how long? 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year?
1 month.
Right? If third-party candidates had been granted equal time in 1912, what ex-Republican would have been allowed to blow his own horn for the Bull Moose Party?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Firmly believing that a state could not annul a United States statute, Andrew Jackson firmly condemned the nullification laws of what southern state? And you have a bonus writing on this question. Okay, must have an answer.
Georgia.
Georgia? No, it was South Carolina, sorry to say. So you're back to 100 points, but still in the lead, and a good round for Lorain. We'll be back with a whole new round of music videos right after this from Ohio Edison and the Illuminating.
This land is full of promise, land rich in every way. People to build tomorrow, people to point the way. We're growing strong together to make tomorrow bright. All of us working side by side to bring the future now, to get the job done right. We're the makers, the people who make things run. Think of us as friends, whose job never ends. We're the people who get things done. We're the energy makers, our job never ends. We're the energy makers, your neighbors and friends.
Contestants and alternates on tonight's show will receive a photograph of their team as they appear on the show, and also a special Academic Challenge t-shirt.
Hi, welcome back to Academic Challenge, and while we recap our team scores on screen, Paul will give us the rules now for the upcoming round of music videos.
In our music video round, teams are in direct competition. Each question is worth 10 points, and 10 points are for a wrong answer. The first team to ring its bell will be recognized.
Okay, Paul, thank you very much. An interesting round. This has become a very popular part of Academic Challenge, our music videos. Said now to play our first video, after which we will have 2 questions. So here's music video number 1.
You can fool yourself. You can cheat until you're blind. You can cut your heart. It can happen.
This selection is entitled It Can Happen, and Making It Happen is what quasi-mystical group with a very affirmative name, Lorain?
Yes.
Yes is the answer. All right, another question on the same video. Some music critics have said no to Yes, but during most of its existence, the band has benefited from the dazzling skill of what keyboard musician? Pete Townsend, Rick Wakeman, John Coltrane. All right, St. John?
Rick Wakeman.
That is right, Rick Wakeman. All right, that's the first, and now let's have music video number 2. it's kind of different. This is an excerpt from Seven Seas performed by Echo and the Bunnymen. Like the Beatles, Echo and the Bunnymen come from English port city on the Mersey River, St. John.
Liverpool.
Liverpool is right. All right, another question now. Though bunnies are mammals, the first hit record by Echo and the Bunnymen had what name suggesting the large reptile that pursued Captain Hook and Peter Pan? Rootstown.
Crocodile.
Crocodiles, right. All right, now let's go along to music video number 3. All right, that was part of Legs performed by ZZ Top. Considering the appearance of this Texas boogie band, it is fitting that their has what hairy last name, Lorain?
Beard.
Beard is right, Frank Beard. And now another question on the same video. During the 1970s, ZZ Top had some trouble with wildlife officials when the band brought to its concerts what sort of large four-legged animal that used to be on the U.S. 5-cent piece? All right, St. John?
Buffalo.
Or a bison, that is absolutely right. You pick up some extra points, and that's the end of the music round. We'll move on to our grab bag right after a message from the Energy Maker.
The Energy Makers get all kinds of orders. Just imagine a big box of electricity for...
You even make deliveries here?
Gotta keep the factories humming.
Easy.
You know, I've got 100 factories on my route.
As big as this one?
Some bigger, some smaller, but they all need plenty of electricity. 20 hours a day.
Sure takes a lot of electricity to power this one.
Enough to run about 1,000 houses.
Man.
You've got some big equipment here. But it all helps people work and keeps them at work.
I'd hate to think where we'd be without it.
Don't worry. You just place the orders
And we deliver.
That's my job.
And this is mine. So long. Hey, big load.
That's why I used the big truck today.
Now the teams face their final competition as we move along to the grab bag. But first of all, let's recap the scores. And I tell you, we really have a very close game tonight. Rootstown has 130 points. St. John has 140 points. And Lorain, 150. They're really only one question apart from top to bottom because in the grab teams gain 20 points for each correct answer, miss or fail to answer, and 20 points are deducted. So a lot can happen in a very short time. This, of course, will determine who our winner is tonight on Academic Challenge, and possibly we'll have one of these teams move on to our Academic Challenge ladder and maybe come back at the end of the year and win one of those Apple computers. All right, let's get underway. Fingers on the buzzers now. During the Han Dynasty, Chinese found their way to Egypt along a route named for what soft fiber spun by worms, St. John? Yes. Of the 13 original colonies, 12 ratified the Constitution by 1789. But what's smallest of 13, Lorain?
Rhode Island.
Right. Author Stephen Crane achieved fame but not fortune in 1895 when he sold what novel of the Civil War for $100, Lorain?
Red Badge of Courage.
That's it. England entered the War of the Spanish Succession to keep what country from obtaining control of Spain and her colonial possessions? That is France. Coordination of the human organism is a function of the nervous and endocrine systems. Of these two systems, the nervous system has more control over metabolism, hormones, or immediate responses. St. John?
Immediate responses.
That's right. A nebula whose star dust has decayed or fossilized over a wide area of space is given what name suggesting a chewing substance that can't be spearmint or could be double bubble? Lorain?
Gum.
Yes, I can take that. Gum Nebula. In antiquity, the initials NOW might have stood for the National Organization of Warriors. Among what Greek women who share their name with a South American river? All right, let's go to St. John.
Amazon.
Yes. A circle has a radius of 10 inches. A square is inscribed in the circle. What is the length of a diagonal of the square? Lorain?
20.
Right. The Irish Sea boasts an isle named Man, but one of that island's chief claims to fame is what tailless animal called Manx? Rootstown.
Cat.
Right. Poet Vachel Lindsay wrote about Abraham Lincoln taking a nighttime walk at what hour, which Edgar Allan Poe called dreary in another poem? Lorain.
Midnight.
Right. World War II Englishmen joked that their island might sink under the weight of arms stored there, preparing for what day whose initial... St. John.
D.
D-Day. What must the angle of incidence be in degrees in order that the angle between the reflected and incident rays on a plane mirror be 90 degrees? Lorain?
90.
45 degrees. In order of precedence in England, the highest ranking person outside the royal family is the Archbishop of what city? All right, let's go to St. John.
Canterbury.
Try it again.
Canterbury.
I'm going to give it to you. It's Canterbury. I know that you were trying to say that. Momentum is the product of mass and velocity, force, or distance. Lorain?
Velocity.
That's right. A botanist might give the name War of the Floribundas to what 15th century British conflict involving St. John?
The War of the Roses.
Right. Called the sick man of Europe, what Turkish empire had the name of a piece of furniture that is... All right, St. John again.
Ottoman.
Ottoman Empire. It was only at the close of the 19th century that Japan mustered a national army independent of what powerful feudal class of warriors? St. John.
Samurai.
Right. Fat Tuesday may sound like a Weight Watchers meeting day, but the name, in fact, is the English translation of what annual celebration preceding Lent that... Lorain, you were in before the buzzer. Hold it, please. Lorain?
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is right. That is the final buzzer, and that now is the end of the game. All right, let's check our final scores now for tonight's Academic Challenge program. Rootstown in third place with 150 points, followed by Lorain with 270. And our winner tonight, St. John from Ashtabula with an even 300 points. All right, let's take a look now at our Super Bowl scoreboard and see if tonight's winner had big enough to win a place for itself on the ladder. Did they make it? Yes or no? No, they did not. So it's still Gilmore, Beechwood, and Howland. Remember now, at the end of the season, those three teams with the highest scores will be back to compete with each other for some very great prizes. The top three teams at the end of the season will receive for their schools. Computer prizes for Academic Challenge are provided by Apple. Today there are more apples in schools than any other computer, which just might be the best reason to buy an Apple for home. See your Apple dealer. There's never been a better time. In addition to their Apple computer, the winner of our Super Bowl program will also receive a special championship trophy. Next week, the Academic Challenge Spotlight will focus on Ledgemont High from Thompson, Olmsted Falls, and Massillon's Washington High. Join us then. This is Don Webster, and have a good week.
Academic Challenge has been brought to you by the Illuminating Company and by Ohio Edison.